How's everybody doing? Flemmy. Let's see here. Throw a clock on. And thing. Hey, what's up, Francisco? I feel like maybe in the future I should put this this buffered malt like up here, so then I would just have like a clock jumper going right to it, and then have the clock divider right next to it. I was thinking of getting the getting a 4MS quad clock divider as one of my upgrades, and then get rid of the Tempe, but I don't know yet. Don't know what's going on with this. There's a lot of little changes that I would like to make, but for now, I'm just having fun playing with it. One small goal tonight was to use the stochastic function generator as an actual envelope. So if we want like a fast attack and then kind of like a lower but variable like release time. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. So I'm going to quickly just rig up a voice. And I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to use the lizard. Well, Bitwig was made by the guys who, or at least one or two of the guys who made Ableton. So it's a really similar. It's a very similar flow. So, it's way more like modular, and I don't know. I just think it's a lot more interesting. It's got some really cool features, and it has kind of a semi-modular like component to it. It has this whole thing called the grid. And grid, you can put all kinds of stuff like together. Like you can put like any functions you can think of, like an LFO or an oscillator. So it's like got a built-in, almost like a modular synth. But then you can also have like a sample player. You can have, all kinds of different things, and like you can turn a track into almost like a modular patch that can be processing your audio and doing all kinds of cool stuff, like all internally. I guess the only reason I would choose Bitwig over Reason, MPE support. That's the thing. Jason, what's going on, man? So MPE support, the MIDI the MIDI standard that lets you do, all kinds of cool shit, like after, polyphonic aftertouch and stuff like that. There's a lot of interesting things that you can do in there. Okay. So what I'm tempted to kind of do here is to kind of well, for now, let's just go 24 dB filter and just be done with it. And oh, geez, stupid! I didn't zero out my mixer. Yeah. I can't wait for MIDI 2.0 to start getting done stuff. That's kind of an interesting thing for me. Just the massive amount of like possible expression that you can do. So, like, sometimes it's a fast attack. Sometimes... There's the super saw. Do a little phase changing on the waves in there so we don't get any weirdness. Well, and it's instead of 0 to 127, it's like 0 to 1024. So, like, the gradations of all of your expression controls are, like, massively huge. Okay, so this is a fully variable envelope. Maximum and minimum times are maxed out. Let's shorten the time on the melodizer. Just to hear the weirdness that's going on here. See, that's interesting and pleasant and weird. Like it. That's the lizard module. So the lizard module is... It's a fascinating little piece of kit. It's really interesting. It's either an 8-step sequencer or it's an oscillator. As an oscillator, it's pretty crazy. It's all digital. So you can do like chords on it. You can do essentially like 4 sawtooths at the same time. You can use it as like... You can have it like 8 LFOs, so it'll do like I don't even know. It's really wild stuff, man. You can have like it's got 8 wave inputs, so you can have it like a wave sequencer. I don't even know how to describe what's going on there. It's pretty cool, but yeah. It's kind of like Jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. But as just an oscillator, I think it's really cool. There's your chord. But yeah, it sounds great. And of course you can change, waves on it. Clock is just internal to the melodizer right now. We could probably fix that. We should probably fix that, I think. Yeah, otherwise it's gonna drive me a little bit nutty. I know I'm all about clock. Gotta have that clock, yo. So that's really interesting. And then you can put it on medium. Let's slow this way down. Let's go to whole notes. No, a clock is just a pulse. It's just like a square wave, just a pulse. So you can use it for, you know, tons of stuff. Like, okay, so here. So I've got Learning Modular, Volume 1. So I have, you can see the little flashing light, I think, on here. Yeah. So in either camera view, you can see the flashing light right there. That's the clock pulse coming in. We could actually throw it in the oscilloscope and you can see it, but I think, you know, better yet would be to like, okay, here, I'm going to use it to trigger, you know, a bass drum. Because that's all it is just a little pulse. So like, boom, there it is. It's triggering the bass drum with every single click. And so on. And then, okay, well, what if instead you were using it to trigger, you know, a hi-hat? Okay, cool. There it is. Well, what if instead we were triggering an oscillator? You know, you could do that too. So obviously now there's no actual notes being sounded, right? Because we're not putting in a 1 volt per octave signal. But that's all it is. So if you throw that clock to a sequencer, the sequencer goes, oh, there's my clock, so now I know what my tempo is supposed to be. But then what do you do with it then? You could clock delays, you could clock an LFO, you can, you know, do tons of stuff like that. So if I take a clock signal and I throw it into one of these LFOs here, now it's going to start flashing in time with the clock. Because, again, it's just receiving that clock signal. Now, if I wanted to go slower, I would need a slower clock signal, obviously. Which is where, like, things like the clock divider come in. I could take the clock divider, like, 8 out of the clock divider. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And, like, here's my beat at 80. And I can see it on the data. Like, it's all perfectly lined up. So, no worries, man. I'm a teacher, dude. That's my profession. You know, I don't know if you knew that or not. Yeah, I'm a middle school music teacher. So, teaching is I'm kind of all about that, you know. Let's slow this down here. Okay, the maximum fall time seems like it's huge. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's huge, though. I want to say it's like 30 seconds or something. I wonder if one could look that up. ADAC. Stochastic function envelope fall time. Oh, it's a product download. Good. That's oh yeah, the manual for this. The manual for this module is 2 pages long. And it's kind of pointless. It's just like this does this. This does this. Goodbye. How come it's not changing notes? What is going on there? There it goes. Hello. Okay. Okay, that's it. Oh, it's the rise time. The maximum rise time is way up too, so some of those aren't sounding because it's just taking too dang long. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't actually say it in the manual. So I think I just heard that somewhere on the street, hanging out with my homies in the hood, talking about the stochastic functions. I have no idea where I heard it. Oh yeah, good point. That's good thinking. Okay, let's mute this thing, and let's do that. Let's for science here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just so we're gonna switch this thing to the voltage monitor. I'm gonna put it on the green trace. And then instead, what I want to do is put on the looping envelope. Okay. So, and this is going to be really, really hard to see. Let me move the camera in close. You should be able to see the green trace at the top. So it's in rise time right now, and it just went to fall time, and it's just like, pew, it's taking forever. Oh, we're going back up again. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's put the rise time at almost minimum for both. There. So now it's a really, really fast. And then we'll put the fall time like almost all the way up. Pow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, I might be right. 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7. Okay, like 26 seconds? Yeah, so, I mean, essentially. Where my clock at? There we go. Back. So, yeah, that's nutty. That's, but don't turn it on loop, because that's what was causing all of the havoc last time. So, yeah, that's a little excessive. Having it that high, that would be cool to do like really slow-mo generative stuff, though, I gotta say. In fact, now I'm starting to think about just that. Be interesting. Put this thing down to like, let's start it at like 60. Okay. Well, right now I have that channel going into the filter. Come on, switch notes, you dummy. Oh, and we're back to just playing an F. Okay, thank you. Put it on fast. Oh, and it should also be on linear, so it's an actual, like... See, to me, it just sounds like it's constantly triggering. It's like I need to put some offset into it. Make it a little bit more, like, normal. No, see, that's not... It's still not doing it. Okay, stop playing a fucking F. Thank you. Jesus. So then I can also send a gate out for each of those envelope triggers. But it's just weird. It doesn't seem like it's actually, like, re-triggering it at all. It's kind of strange. It's just constantly re-triggering the same envelope over and over again. So honestly, I think part of this is like what we need to do is give this a really, really slow signal from marbles. That might be more entertaining, at least for the evening. So let's run another clock signal and do that. Now then, where were we? Oh yeah, I was going to put this in there and this in there. I think it's still in a C minor scale too. See, that's still like, it seems like it's just hardly doing anything. Do it. Trigger. Do it. That seems suitably weirdly random. Okay. The other thing is, I think I'm going to send this a subdivided clock signal. Let's run this one. I think we had it in the tempi before. Oh god, what in the fuck is that? That's not subdivided. No, that's not subdivided at all. Okay, now it is. Jesus, settle down there, Sparky. So we're gonna divide this into whole note, and then we're gonna have it play what's allegedly a 16th note rhythm. Okay. Alright, now one last quick little thing here. Let's just do a really slow LFO thrown into there. A little bit too fast. A little bit too much. Why does the width just, like, not work on these? Do not understand that. It's like no matter what you do, LFO is just too strong. So we'll just jack it in here. We'll go really, 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 really slow with a slow sweeping LF. Yes, you could. The Subfatty has 1/4 inch CV outs, so you'd have to just get a mono 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch cable. You can use it as a MIDI controller too. It's got a USB. Okay, let's kind of put that guy away for now. Blue voice. The blue voice. What will the blue voice be controlling? I'm thinking we kind of go like all like analog-y today. How about like a nice triangle wave? Doing something nifty. Run this through a VCA. That's some delay time there. Where were we? Oh yeah. Did I, like, switch the clock to something else? I thought I had it in, like, 4. Yeah, it is. Okay, so here's the problem. Well, what I could do then, I guess, is put this back on 4. Does that mean it would receive, like, see, it doesn't seem like it acknowledges that, like, quarter speed clock going on. Get it? Huh. Okay, so what I would like to try to find here is an occasional gate signal that just randomly, every once in a while, just goes blip and spits out a gate. And what I'm thinking is take the gate out that is already being generated by the stochastic function doing the envelope on the other voice. Use that gate to trigger a rhythm dice, then a melody dice from the other one. What I'll do is I'll duplicate these settings. I'll put it on medium speed, though, so it's even slower. And then we'll throw the Turing machine clock. And where should we get it from? Let's get it from the clock divider, because then it can go nice and slow. So then each time one of those envelopes triggers, it will re-dice or configure or whatever the melody and the rhythm. So they should constantly be sort of like cycling. It has to get quantized. What are we going to use for it? Rings, maybe? Should we do rings? Rings is weird, though, because I don't know if that's going to be able to use, like, an envelope and stuff. Okay, doing a thing. Alright, so then what we can do is take an occasional pulse from the Turing machine. I guess we could do number 1. Just trigger the envelope that way. Fast speed instead, just so that it's a little bit different. And then, like, what do we use that for? You do some weird stuff with it with the rings, too. You could have it be like, that's the damp. So it just consistently reconfigures itself. Now with this thing continually resetting its rhythm and melody, like just plop every once in a while, it splats one out. I guess what I also should do is send it a pulse to do the strum. If the tune rings. There it is, I think. So I'm going to take the other two channels of the stochastic and run them into the rings loop. So they're basically free-form, semi-random LFOs doing their thing on the brightness and the shape. Not as much on the shape, though, because clock doesn't generate notes. It either triggers a sound or it just tells like a sequencer how fast you're going. Sorry, rings, buddy. You were too frequent. We'll give the VCO a little bit of drift too, just to make it kind of analog-y and weird. Whoa. I'll be completely honest, this was a hell of a week for me at work. It was, we had no internet for the last 2 days. And we are a one-to-one school, so every kid has a Chromebook. So it was kind of bedlam, like, and Wednesday, the first day of it, kids, my last class of my day, man, they were just some serious assholes in there. And I don't know, I've just been stressed all week. I've just been like sleeping like crap, stressed out, just not good. So I was like, I need to come here and relax. I need to find my happy place. Okay, we need another voice though. I mean, look at like what State Azure does, where he's got these like ridiculously long form generative things where like, oh, every 2 hours you might hear certain sounds pop up. Like, what? And then again, you know, he has the equivalent of, I don't know what, 5 or 6 of my rack. Yeah, dude, it's hard. Like, spring break was great. Don't get me wrong, but this week coming back was a bear. Let me think now. What do we want to do? We got resources here. We got a bunch of resources. How do you randomly, occasionally trigger a step or a rhythm or something? We could go marbles into what? Into what? Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like, I guess our, by the way, this was our entire school district. So this is like 13,000 students. No internet for 2 days. I guess AT&T is their provider. And what we got from the tech department was something along the lines of, oh, they finally were able to get a part that they needed. And I was like, what? Like, you're AT&T and there's a part you need? Like, what are you, a car shop? Like, what are you doing? It makes no sense. Like, you're not going to tell me that they have, backups of backups of backups in their servers and their capabilities. No, like something broke and everything went down. Like, what? If I was my school district, I would just be like, see ya. They must have gotten a better deal from AT&T, which makes sense because AT&T is kind of desperate. Because the other one in our area is Xfinity. They do all the cable stuff, that's what I have at home. And that's like fast as shit. I've got, I don't know, 100 megabyte connection down or something, 120 down or something, and 50 up. It's nuts. And every time I stream from home, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm not even on a wired connection, and it's still rock solid. Okay, so what can we do? What's going to generate the sound? Well, we've got the even VCO. We've got the CSL. We've got the Ensemble Oscillator. Maybe we'll do the Ensemble Oscillator. That's always a fan favorite. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I think I got a little bit of an idea here. More of a bass voice. So we're going to take the main channel. No, we'll take the second channel out of the marbles here. Okay. I think I got this. And I'm going to use this goofball little Behringer. Sorry for the snort. Yeah, serious. I'm going to use this goofball little Behringer sequencer here. And we'll just go parallel. Yeah, we'll start with 8-step. Really, though, it doesn't matter much because what I want to do is turn a bunch of these down to like pretty damn low values and then just kind of ooch them up and down from there. So we could go series, which means it's a 16-step sequencer now. It's going to go through a quantizer anyways, so it really doesn't matter. So CV out 1. I like this little sequence. This little thing was like $90. It was really, really nice and super cheap and just a basic either 2 8-steps or 1 16-step analog sequencer. That's all it is. It's kind of wonderful. Okay. Those cables are too long. I'm holding them. I'm like, I want to use green cables. But I'm going to have to use the shorter ones because we're starting to get some serious spaghetti going on here. And this one, because it's bass voice, let's go into the neutron filter. God, I love that filter. It's so nice. I like the Mankato filter, and I love that filter. And I really like the Vinicius state variable. And it's actually not... My one criticism of their stuff is that, it's a little bit big for what you get. I mean, like a 4-channel mixer that's this size. And then they had ADSR envelopes that were that size. And like I've got the little 2 HP ADSRs, and those are great. There's a dual VCA module, and it doesn't have any actual knobs or anything on it. It's just a VCA, in and out, and a CV. And like, I don't know. It's not supremely useful. I don't think they offer fiber in my area yet. Maybe they do, but what I have is fine. At some point, I'm going to just ditch cable completely because I don't use it. But I'm not in charge. Again, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm actually living with my dad. It's like 88, and it's not getting around super well anymore. But he's the guy that watches cable all the time, and technically his house. Probably inherit it and turn it into a giant studio at some point. But okay, so we have the sequencer, and the sequencer is moving on occasion, and it's going through the thing and the quantizer, and then it's going to the ensemble oscillator. What you need to do is turn the mixer on, then give it a listen. Where are we at? Okay, no resonance. What's my... There it is. I find the ensemble oscillator to be a little bit narrow in terms of its sound. So that's a wave folder. Then this is segmenting the wave. So that's cool. It's just bringing it a little bit extra high harmonics. Oh. Turn up that drive. Flip them in stereo. Now that's the fat filter setting. This is the crisp, which I think is kind of my personal favorite. And this is the sour. Also, there's a button, and it's labeled button. It's the button, and I'm very confused about that. Yeah, so you can make it so that it pops between like types of filter, or it just smoothly morphs. Yeah. Here, let me get the camera in there. So you see the word supercritical, and right underneath it, button. And it's a button. Huh? It's like they should have called it click or something. I'm very confused. Yeah, this is the liquid filter. And then the sour filter. Now that's on 3 dB. So I'm going to keep it on 4. Depending on the slope that you choose, that also changes the stereo presence of it, because what it's doing is, like, for the higher slopes, it does 2 filters in parallel or in series. And when that happens, you can also do some funky stuff with the drive, like this. Just crank it into, like, distortion. Yeah, it's a little nutty. 8 dB per octave with the drive all the way up. Just ridiculous. Yeah, so every one of these has just a great distinct sound. Okay, so the question is then, how do we occasionally... What about a gate out from one of these looping envelopes? Will that trigger something? Let's find out, shall we? Let's run it into a channel of the Zadar. And we will put a slow-moving envelope on there. Not 26 seconds. That's a little nutty. And we'll have that controlling the filter, which is right next door. Happy. Oh, God. Oh, God. Spaghetti. Doom spaghetti. Turn it to a high pass. Alright, so I have to watch the Zadar here. Make sure that it's triggering every once in a while. If not, then, like, there goes my theory. What if I put this on fast temporarily? There it is. There it is. There it was. It's gone. So when is it going to trigger again? Okay, I just had a good idea for another voice, so we're going to do something weird here. Alright. Step 1, we're going to take the trigger out of the sequencer. Right? And we're just going to kind of rest that there. Don't go inside the rack and break things, okay? Don't be that person. Nobody likes that kind. We're going to take the CV out. No, we're going to leave that there. That's fine. Okay. So what I want to do is, if I'm on this step and I turn this up, I should be triggering different notes on the quantizer, like automatically. It should just be popping up and down between all of those notes. All right, so that's fine. Sound source. What are we going to use? I don't know. You're asking me? You ask me. No, I think we're going to use this guy, the even VCO. Okay, put him on like a nice mid-range kind of a sound. Okay, and then we're going to go into the R bar. And a couple of moderately long cables to a mix channel. Okay. There's that. Channel 1. All right. Shift, capture, erase. Or is it shift capture? Yeah, that's the erase button. Erase. 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 It's not erasing anything, is it? Nope, now it is. All right. Buffer is cleared. What kind of buffer do we want? Let's put it on the greenish one. I like the greenish one. Why not? Okay. So right now, if I listen to it here, there's our signal. So that's basically what I'm going to record right there. There we go. I have been captured by you. Take me in. Okay, now, except the thing is, got an idea. I've got an idea. It's an interesting idea. I think it might work too. It's an idea. Oh boy, an idea. What's the big idea? Well, I'll show you. It's this. No, it's not. It's not hard, difficult. It's I'm just gonna throw the R bar through a filter. The Morpheus filter. It's an idea. It's an interesting idea. Oh, we cannot access your filter. We are sorry. There are too many cables in the way. Okay. See, like, that's all the way up. It doesn't go that high up. Like, what's... Can you just give me, like, a full-range friggin', like, filter? Then, like, that's really nice. Alright, so, LFO's into action. Here we go. First of all, let's, ping these guys real slow. Oh, wait, no, except they're going to be assholes, because they are assholes. So what I'm going to do is put channel B and channel C on infinite repeat on the Zadar, and then we'll just go channel B, standard, ultra slow LFO, ultra slow, 20-second cycle time. There we go. That's a good place to start. And we're going to throw that guy down into the scan control of the R bar. Okay, it's not going low. It's just this constant shimmering kind of thing that's just always scanning and moving along here. And then what we can just turn the time up. And then we'll put C on something kind of similar. Let's change the shape, though. Let's do something interesting. This thing is ridiculous, too. I mean, it goes like minutes for the envelopes, if you want them to. Or LFOs, or whatever you want to do with it. Well, you know, it does have like 200 different models in this, so there's definitely a chance that I just haven't explored everything. Oh, there they are. I just found it. 6-pole filter. Here's a bunch of 4-pole filters with resonance. Oh. There's the resonance. Okay. So yeah, see, I just haven't looked enough, which is dumb. That one's interesting. This is a variable slope, that's pretty cool. And it starts resonating as you get higher. Okay, there's our winner, I think. Oh, fuck you, rings. Rings is out of tune again. Problem is that it's a micro rings. Oh, sorry, nano rings. So the tuning knob is just a pot with no knob, and it's really twitchy. Much better. That's rather lovely. Now, just like State Azure, I gotta have some fog going. Excellent. No way, man. We're gonna fade the light colors on the modular too. I had the guy build in LED lights on the top when he made my case. By the way, I would just like to mention that it was snowing today. Yeah, this is a supreme spaghetti mess going on here, though. It's a little nuts. Started at, what am I up to right now? Hour and 27. So it was about, I did do some fucking around along the way, so probably about 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. But it's so organic. Where's the bass, by the way? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there's an entire voice that I forgot to hook back up because I'm an idiot. This goes there. Yeah, it's usually a good time. Last time I went, I hung out with Tom Oberheim for a bit. That was cool. Friday nights and Saturday night they have sets. People just play shows, and it's, you know, ranges the gamut from, you know, Berlin style kind of stuff to trance and techno and Goa and like all kinds of cool shit. Last year, what totally blew me away was the video synthesis thing. And there's always this little part of me that's like, oh shit, I could get into that hardcore. I even have a couple old analog TVs still lying around the house. It'd be like a reason to not get rid of them. Let's make that a sharp, way longer attack time on that envelope. Okay, now new voice. So this is six different voices going on here. I just reduced the clock to 45 BPM. Yeah, because they don't by nature, video synths don't put out like HDMI, nice happy digital signals. It's all analog. So the best way to do it is just to hook it up to an old TV. But I think now there are modules that will do the encoding and stuff and do an HDMI out and do all of the shit, which would be cool. And upconvert it to like true 1080p and stuff. But it's all cross-patchable with Eurorack, so you could have like a video rig here and take the same LFOs that you're using to control your sounds or whatever, envelopes, and use it to control, you know, color or shape or, you know, any of different aspects of video that you could think of. You can even pipe cameras into it. So like I could take like a video overlay of the rack and just process it through all sorts of different things to warp it and make it strange, and you know. And of course, there's at KnobCon, there's also like a shit ton of exhibits and stuff for sale, you know. So when I got the Mordax data, the dude brought 3 of them, and I'm like, snag, because at the time you really couldn't find them very easily. Let's go really, really, really high sine wave, octave higher than that. So I have the vector going, but I've got it set 50% each step to rest. So it only plays half the time, and they're kind of playing semi-random notes of a minor pentatonic scale. see, that's lovely. Just that, like... Oh, so nice. Yeah, exactly. So every single one, you know, every modular system is custom. It's a custom instrument. Yep. It's just neato. It could come down a little bit in volume though. You know, I don't like the workflow on VCV, and it's just different. It's like a software synth versus a hardware synth. Like hands-on controls, knobs, buttons, and switches. Always more fun, always more intuitive. You know, there's something between that brain-body connection that you don't get clicking a mouse. There's just no substitute for knobs. Alas, I must depart. But it's been a hoot. So, take it easy, y'all. We'll see you soon.